Good morning, everybody. We should be live on YouTube right now. And then I need to boot up Twitch as well, because I can't forget those, or Thomas starts yelling at me. And Twitch should be going live now as well. Let's go. So, it's been a while. I don't think I did. Did I do a stream last week? I don't think so. I had the one yesterday with William, but already I get Discord spammed and everything like that. Let me do a quick announcement as well at live streams. We are live. If someone could write something in chat as well, that way I know that this stuff is actually live. And we'll see how it goes from there. At live streams. Where do I get the URL? Okay, does this work? Am I getting the chat? Yes, let's go. Chat is working. Good morning, everybody. Revolver. We are live right now. And then let's go here. Let's go. Goedemorgen. So the plan today is simple. Actually, I need to keep my Discord open. We've done this before. I just want to go through the questions that you may have, the things you may have to talk about. You're like, hey, I have something for my game. Maybe I have a Steam capsule or something you want me to check out or anything. Or maybe you just want to talk about the inevitable meaning of life. It's all fine by me. I assume you guys have watched the video that I released a little bit ago. I think 2.5 hours ago. Time is weird for me. It's performing pretty well, so that's always nice. I'm gonna start by knocking out the games that I have included in the thumbnail, because there's always 3 games screenshots in the thumbnails of these live streams, but I have to make the thumbnails in advance of when the actual live stream goes up. And then sometimes, I get distracted. I don't cover the games that I show in the thumbnails, and then I get the angry comment of, oh my god, you haven't covered my game. So I'm just gonna blast through them. First of all, there was this question from Revolver. I guess he's in chat as well. Does A or B look better? I don't know if I should keep. I can make this bigger, I think. Opening full view. Yes, that's you. Which one do you think looks more appealing? Keep the orange light or not? The question is, why is it orange here? Because it looks like you just put a gradient on it. And I think the quote-unquote flat version without the light definitely wins here, because it doesn't make sense where the light comes from. If I am looking at the circle and I'm tracing how does the circle go, it should come from a wall here or something, which doesn't really make sense for me. I think definitely B is the way to go here. Honestly, also a really cool effect with the lighting and everything. Alessandro in Twitch chat as well. Good evening. You're the first one there. So this one is a pretty easy one to knock out, but it looked pretty. I would definitely go for B in this case, the one without the light. There's a smoother one further down. Ooh, this is smoother indeed. The question I still have is, where is the glow coming from? Because it feels weird. I don't know if subtle is better. Could be, yeah, I'll add some LEDs on the wall or something, because right now I'm looking at this and it definitely breaks up the staticness of the wall a little bit, although you also have that pattern gradient. It's more of it doesn't make sense to me. The green, you can see, oh, the green glow is coming from the water, and you have the little bit of a shadow coming from your lights as well, and the lights themselves, they have some emission or whatever. But then the gradients, the exit, once again, I can imagine, oh, there's a light right off camera, right off screen, and that one is giving a glow as well. I don't have that with the orange one, and I think that's the biggest problem I have. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, it was not just you, John. It's morning, okay? It's 5 a.m. I had to click the button. So I'll quickly go through it again, because I was good. We have this question, A or B, and of these 2 cases, it's definitely the one without the light. And then the guy who made this post in the Discord was like, oh, what about this version? And here I have the issue that it doesn't make sense where the light is coming from. So like I said, the green dangerous goop is having it has some light that works. The exit sign here, there's a I can imagine a purple screen, purple light right off screen, and then with the orange glow here. First of all, I'm not still fully certain if it really looks good, and second of all, there should be some reason why it is there. That's what I'm missing here. That's kind of where I'm going at. So I don't know how the rest is feeling about it. Yeah, add some LEDs. It adds some depth indeed. The thing is, you also have, like, normally this would be a flat plane, the background, but you already have some depth, I feel, with like the tiling and the tiles having the different strengths basically of how gray are they. So that is another thing. It just doesn't fully make sense, I feel. Let me pull up here, like fuller screen even. And then can I zoom in even more? Oh, this is miserable. I just zoom like, oh, I can't pinch it. I can. Like now the colors kind of look almost off because of, you know, you're stacking two colors on each other that are kind of like very much opposites of each other, and that's also what I don't like. Oh, thanks for following Trucha7. I was not prepared for that sound, but thank you very much. So I would just get rid of it still. I think it looks better if it was just be flat. Is my personal non-professional opinion, basically. Make sense? Does chat agree? If chat doesn't say anything, I'm just moving on to the, what was the second one here? Art style change. Which one looks best? We're knocking out the games in the thumbnail. Open in full view. So here, my game using 3 different palettes. I need external opinions to settle this. Vote for your favorite one or rank from best to least. Yo, Marnix, how are you doing? Did you get some sleep? I did. You may hear it. I had some horrible timing. After that video of the I'm tired, I just got sick for like 3 days. So in the video that came out a few hours ago, I do not look great, because I was like, yeah, I need to record the video, even though like there's like some cuts where I literally just couldn't speak basically, or like I had such a deep voice, and I was like, whatever, I just need to make this video. I'm definitely better now, so that's going. Hi, Trucha07 from Chile. How's it going? Yeah, bottom one. God damn it, Gabriel, you were ahead of me. I would go for the bottom one here indeed as well. Out of these 3, if I want to do like an actual ranking, I would say red is the worst one. This is the medium one. Like this palette could technically work as well, but definitely this is the most aesthetic to look at, because of the sunset and things like that. So yeah, indeed, top to bottom, the lower is the best one, I think, by far. The red one couldn't work at all. The problem I have here, and I think it may just be, I think this one, oh, god damn it, this is hard. The pink one, the problem is here that your water is basically flat and your background is flat, whereas the other two as well, like you have that sunset, which really breaks up a lot as well. Why not bottom and middle? Because we have to choose one. Or what am I missing, Finley Ghost? But I think the people in this post, flat color sky ruins top 2. Yeah, the flat sky indeed. People are generally, second one got no spice in it. Okay, yeah, we're a bit late to this one. But yeah, the sunset is much better. Orange indeed. Mick Creates Games is also, would you recommend having a part-time or main source of income while doing game development? Definitely, as long as it's one of your first games. Because there's this video that we made about it a while back. I forgot the name. It's like me and Thomas and I'm wearing my suit, where we also talk about this of, hey, your first games probably will not make you any money. That's fine, but it doesn't make sense to quit your job already to start pursuing something that will probably only pay off a few years. Rated this guy a few times? What does I rated means? Noise solved the issue. Yeah, I guess the bottom This looks a bit noisy as well because the clouds and such reflect it. I just hope that it's not manually drawn everything, but he can use some. Oh, yeah. I didn't know this dev was on Twitch. Yeah, I know what rating is. It's just I was missing context. I didn't know that this guy was also working on it. Is he working on this? Oh yeah, Rogue Wolf Dev. Is he bigger than me? No, lucky. Like I don't mind. Can I look at like one of the VODs or something where he Crimson Skyline? I guess it is. Damn, he got the grind set though. Yeah, here he's working on it as well. Not too shabby. Okay, so now we know that intended for certain audiences. So let's not get cancelled. Although I think does it give the same warning for us? I don't think so. So I guess the overall consensus for this one very much is go for the bottom one, the sunsetty one, and it has the best complement as well as for the colors, I feel. Oh yeah, and now that I do notice it, it has an actual gradient. Let me check. Am I tripping? No, go. I think you guys can see this. I'm not sure actually, because it might be okay. Now you can see. So there's like a little color picker thing. Power Toys has it. Yeah, it's like this is not the same color as this. Oh, I can zoom in even. Whereas if I go, to this one, it's all the time the exact same color, and that is extremely static. Oh, like the bullets have a little bit of a light effect, but that's it. So yeah, having these things breaks it up a lot. Does the water then also have the water also gets darker further from the sun. It feels like these two are the like itch.io prototype, and this is the actual Steam game. It's like the feeling I get from the bottom art. So that's 2 out of the 3 thumbnail games knocked out already. Let's quickly go to the third one. This was just a really pretty game. I probably am not gonna play this on stream, but I just wanted to give some thoughts on it. For the water, you can use a squished noise texture that you can quantify for something like 3 colors. So you can also scroll the noise. That is, I'm not an artist. Sorry. This just looked like a 3D version of like the Hyperlight art style almost. I'm going to expose myself though. A CRPG, does that just stand for classical RPG? Or, oh, computer RPG. Now I know. Don't look at me. I'm too young for this, guys. I was born in 2000. Yeah, I'm not going to do it's like Baldur's Gate 3 and things like that. The art style of your game. No, it's not my game, but it looks really dope, so that's why I wanted to showcase it. I wonder, is this like actual just full? I think this is full on isometric 2D, which is always a banger. One thing I would watch out for is fonts, and stylized fonts is very good, but I know Baldur's Gate 3, but it's just the C of RPG. What's like what makes it different from regular like RPG versus normal RPG. The thing here that I learned from, I think it was Songs of Everjade, where we had a very stylized font as well, the pixel art font, and then especially here it's like a little bit italicized, is that some people will have issues with reading this. And it's like, oh, how can they not read this? It's very clear. Maybe, but that's your job. You need to be accommodating. Usually, even games with this like very stylized pixel art have like an option in settings to go for a more normal font in terms of like accessibility, where you just replace everything with a regular like sans serif font, and it looks worse, absolutely, but it's part of the entire experience basically of, hey, your game needs to be accessible. If someone has dyslexia or whatever, they will cry themselves to sleep like looking at this font. The art style of the world and things like that is absolutely great. I think the font is definitely something. Pixel art font is also hard to localize, things like accents, like lexicons and things like that. Yeah, localization for pixel art is all right. There are some fonts that also support things like, for example, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Arabic. You lose a little bit of the style, but especially I think this is like a custom-made pixel art font even, which is even crazier. Yeah, I'm not gonna play right now. Yeah, here. Could you change the text font on this face? It's probably a design choice, but it's quite difficult to read. So, like I said, these stylized fonts, really cool. But generally, you don't want to do them everywhere. Another thing that you often have in these games is where you would only have the titles be a stylized font, like for example, the Saudras and Player. But then the actual dialogue text, you make that a more normal style font. So it's just more readable. Yeah, some games offer different font options as well. That is another it depends on the engine, but at least in Unity you can very easily change fonts depending on like your languages or just settings. Because even Forge Industry had it really bad, but you could change your font there. It was just a font picker of your entire Windows font, so you could play Forge Industry using Wingdings, which is which isn't ideal. Yeah, so I like pixel art, but more often I find that players like 3D, so I thought about making more 3D for 2D platformers or top-down games. What does 3D for 2D platformers mean? Making 3D platformers? What? But then you lose, of course, the pixel art font. What a lot of people also just do is, I think it's just called demake shaders. Nope. I think it's just a pixel shader, where you just make a 3D game, and then yeah, you put like something like this on top of it. Oh, Metroid Dread. Let's take a look. This is just gonna be a 3D game, isn't it? Yeah, it's a 3D. It's 2.5D basically. I think you're still working in a 2D platformer in terms of the Alexei Kolyasov. I guess you're the dev for this. I use for only English letters. Everything else is open sans. Oh, are we talking about localization then? Yeah. Yeah, so this is like technically like 2.5D. It is a bit better, but still it's more the genre at this point that's an issue. What you also see a lot, like I was saying, is, okay, you just put like a pixel shader on top of your 3D game if you really want to have it look 2D or like look pixel arty. And then, yeah, you can do like the settings of like how demade do you want it to be, how true do you want it to be 3D and things like that. So there's a lot of options that you can do basically. Wait, where are we here? The Evermist. Oh, you have two forms even. Just random dev from chat. Okay, yeah. I was wondering because I was like, I feel like it's different. We do have. I don't have. Damn, I don't have a game installed even. Do I have Unity open? And I can quickly. I can show you what we did for Songs of Everjade. I think I still have the game. Ooh, I shouldn't leak. Whatever. Should be fine. Now you can see all the Unity projects we're working on. Woohoo! Songs of Everjade. Here we go. I hope this isn't gonna take like 17 years to import. But once this is done, I'll talk quickly about how we did fonts there, because once again, it's a pixel art game. It does look better if you have a pixel art game to have a pixel font as well. I mean, Kawaii Survivors, we already announced it. The name just changed to Magical Girl Guardians. But Kawaii Survivors was the working progress title for it. So don't worry, Sarkis. There was nothing too dramatic being leaked there. Also, just as a reminder, you guys can still, because I just had to knock out the 3 thumbnail games. If you want, you can head over to our Discord and go to the Improve My Game channel. My face is kind of in the way. Let me just pull it up here. There's a channel called Improve My Game where you can just create like a new post with whatever thing you need, and then I might cover it. Usually I do cover the games, like the posts that are made during the stream first, because those are you guys watching often. Okay, Unity is getting there. Oh, it's been a while since I started this game. Let's see, does it still work? It's not a match 3 deck builder with waifus. No. It's a survivor like with guns and waifus, magical girls. Yeah, so now we're in Japanese. And then here we go to settings. Okay, it's a little bit fucked up because of the scaling. I think I need to no. Okay, yeah. Well, oh yeah, here, this is how I change language. The language selector is kind of broken. Yeah, so, okay, we're in English now. And then we had all of these, like, oh, we only had 3 fonts? Okay, well, what font did we use? Because you do have, yeah, there's too many font files, folders. Oh, it's been a while since I've been in here. Would it be in art? Maybe sprites, UI. But this is miserable frames. No, it's not in here. This is, I think Thomas put this in here somewhere, so it's miserable to find. Not gonna be in resources, I feel. Oh, it is pixel font. Is that the original name? GNU Uni full. GNU Uni. I think it was like a $20 commercial license font or something. Pixel font Chinese. Because that was one thing. Yeah, was it this one? I think it was this font that we used for it, and it supports basically all of your main languages. Though, yeah, here's just like no, it wasn't this one. It's not $1,000, but there was one for 20 as well. So, pixel art fonts you can localize still, do localization, but watch out with, especially this one has a stylized with like all of the S's and the fancy serifs and things like that. Watch out for those especially. Question, do you get some traffic when you first make your Steam page public? I'm waiting with that because I want to hook people in case there's a boost opportunity. The answer is basically no, not really. You get a little tiny bit, but all of the traffic is usually bot traffic. So if you see it boost, it's like 10 wish lists or something at most that you'll get out of it. I think I can just look at it. How was it for, because we had the store page go up a few days before our devlog go up for Unicycle Pizza Time. So I think our store page went up, I think like in August. Yeah, it went up the 14th, and then the 17th is when our devlog go out. So yeah, you can see we got 17 wish lists, and out of that was like the 4 of like the Bite Me crew, and I was like, hey, go and wishlist it. So basically you get nothing. You need to bring all of the traffic yourself. This was for our devlog, the like spike here, the 170. So it's a press beat, so generally you do want to announce like, hey, new Steam page is live, go and play it, or like go and wishlist it and things like that. You do want to do that. I don't know how it was for, can I go back that much in time? When did we announce Sons of Everjade? Because I think that one was in October. Let's take a look. I'll go September 30th to, was it early October or end of October? I'm just gonna pull up the full month and see what we get then. Okay, it was end of October, it seems. So we go here. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. And then I'm very confident we released it here at some point. Okay, so daily wishlist actions. Yeah, once again, store page launched. We had 5, and then devlog we had 51, which is still a good rate. But oh well, we take it. So if you do have a store page, you do want to have a trailer or something, and then you can reach out to press or something and be like, hey, this new cool game is going to be coming out soon. That is one thing, of course, that you can do. But don't expect to put up your store page and anything coming from that yourself. So you're not getting bonus visibility from it, basically. If you go and look at your, that's the one thing that I can't show on stream, unfortunately, because they don't want me to show that. If you go to like the actual store page analytics, not wishlist, but visits and traffic and things like that, you can see that, oh, there is a spike, but that spike is purely like bot traffic indexers, like those scraping sites and things like that. It's not going to have an impact really on your game. I'm gonna shut down my Unity because my PC is not happy, but now you know. Here, the Mindstein. Oh, what a guy. Hello, I saw your video. I'm tired. Since you said you most get toxic comments, I would just like to tell you how much my friends and I love your content. Oh, I love you too. You might even get started with game dev. I'm very sorry for that. And your content is really great. I'm sure there are many people like us who silently love your videos. I hope this helps a little with your motivation and mental health. Much love from Austria. Thank you very much, the Mindstein, and love from Japan as well. Bam, 2 new posts. Schmiggy. Let's go and there is someone typing here. Let me know what you think of the combination of flat cell shading and smooth shading works. What should be changed and what should stay the same? Ooh. Okay. I think the problem that if I look at this, I can see the ground. The water is a bit too flat. Is like first thing, I think. First issue is the water is extremely flat here. The grass and the dirt, they have good breakups. The big offenders, though, I think are the rocks and the trees. And I think there, the main issue I have is the smoothness and the shininess of the trees. If you go for this flat shading, then everything should be flat. So I think if you like, I think in like Unity at least you have like the materials and you can have like the smoothness slider. And I think if you drag the smoothness all the way down for all of your materials, you would get a better look, or at least a more consistent look. I'm generally not a fan of shininess in general in games. I think you're better off shading everything like or like the roughness, I forgot the exact term. But it's whatever makes the material shiny. In either Blender or in Unity, you can change it as well. Going as flat as you can would be better. Of course, you still have some of the lighting here, but this like where it becomes basically white here. Yeah, it's very, very light here. I think that is too much of a contrast because here with this poop pile or whatever, it just gets dark all the time, basically. Also, Sean, I saw your Doom map and it was really cool. It was a good video. I'm not gonna make a Doom map myself anytime soon, but it was very interesting to see. So that was a good one. I'll keep it up. So yeah, I think smoothness. Oh, it's clay. Well, I think smoothness would be the big one. I don't mind the ground, and I don't like the fences look good, I think, as well in that regard of like, hey, those are flat shaded. Because the fences, they throw a little bit of shadow, but they don't become white. And that is a big difference here. So, yeah. Yeah, I get you, Sean, with nice to zero in on a single aspect. Like, one of the things, will I do it? Probably not. But I recently woke up one day and I was like, I want to learn hard surface modeling and just make like an asset pack or whatever. Just make it free or whatever, just to like have done it. And like not have to worry about, am I gonna put this in a game? Is it like for a game specific? Just find like some cool props from real life and be like, okay, let's now try and like model them. Will it happen? Probably not, because I have too much shit going on, but yeah. Out of curiosity, when you and your team are talking to each other, do you speak English or no? Generally no, we speak Dutch, because it's all three of our like native languages. So it doesn't make sense to switch to English usually. The thing is, we have developed, and maybe you'll notice if you're like also not a native English guy, or you are a native English. No, if you're not a native English guy, you have this weird hybrid where at least I have this, where in my day-to-day life, honestly, I speak more English than I speak Dutch. Because even in Belgium, like I do videos, I do live streams, I don't talk to that many people. Like, yeah, when I go to the grocery store or whatever. So my brain is like 50% English, 50% Dutch, and then I just throw in like random English words in the middle of a sentence. Also, game dev isn't translated, like none of the game dev things are translated, like terms to Dutch, for example. France does this. French has like Unity scene management, things like that. That one gets translated. We just, in our Dutch words, or like in our Dutch sentences, speak English as well, basically. So, yeah, we speak Dutch, mainly. I'm now also having the problem where I start throwing in Japanese words, like the like my butts and arms become Japanese because I've just been in Japan for so long at this point, and like speaking some of that as well has been a bit of an issue as well, where people look at me like, is he actually retarded? Has he lost his ability to speak Dutch? So you win some, you lose some. Working on a mystery action adventure for 10 months after quitting web development career of 15 years. I would like to hear your points on improving it. Latest dev capture vid from today, debug 2. Oh, I see Cinti. I have like 780 wishes. That's actually pretty good. Is it? Okay, no. Ooh, let's not make it that loud. Is it Cinti? No, it is Cinti. Thought it was. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can hide this, because my PC is like struggling and suffering from like all of the video encoding and video playback. Okay, this is a bit better. It's still low frame rate. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it unless you guys want to buy me like a new laptop, which probably is not going to happen. Okay, so we got our art style. Find your shelter. So it's a non-PlayStation 1 low poly for once. Okay, so we've seen that. First thoughts, it looks pretty alright. I'm not 100% sure about the capsule. I think what I think the capsule overall concept looks good. Let's, oh, I can just right click. Good job, Marnix. I'm planning a video, honestly, about Steam capsules probably pretty soon, because I've also multiple times in Discord now, people are like, oh, let me share my capsule. What do you guys think? And I'm like, this is bad. Let me just remake it for you. So let me... Oh, it's still the low size. Great. We have 10 pixels to work with. What I would do is step 1. Am I going to be able to select subject? Select subject. This is not going to happen. Oh, yeah, it is going to happen. Select the mask. I think you can have the showing more, and then just shift the edge a little bit. The problem is your character is super tiny. No, I need to make it a new layer. And I would definitely make the layer like the... Would this work? Maybe even, yeah. Let me make the part between his legs transparent though, quickly. I should be able to do that if I scale him up. Oh, this is miserable. Yeah, this is what happens when you have a... I'm planning a capsule Steam review thing as well, as like a part of that Steam capsule review process. This is miserable, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna do it manually. Lasso. Bam, 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 bam. These nuts. Delete. So, I would make the guy bigger. I know it still looks ass, but I have like 10 pixels to work with. And then take the font. Am I gonna be able to select this? Maybe. Select subject. No, not here. Select subject. And then select the mask. I only learned about this thing like... Oh no, I need to add, remove all of this, right? So I don't want any of this. And I do want all of the whites. Oh god, this is miserable. But I think if I do enough of this, I should be able to get there. Riveting content, I know. Oh well, fuck off. I'm just gonna do it quick and dirty and select whatever I need. I want to get the font like separated basically, so I can scale it up without the entire background looking like ass, which seems to be a bit harder of a struggle. New layer, whatever. And show the backgrounds. Make this bigger. Back to doing capsule art. Some things never change. I would do something like this, and then let's just quickly take this, edit. Oh, change layer. Content aware fill. Here we go. Ta-da! Apply. Okay, logo is gone. The old one. This is what I would do as a capsule. Make this guy a bit smaller still. I should just remove him from the background as well, honestly. Edit. Content aware fill. Ta-da! Apply. Okay. I think something like this, capsule-wise, would be better. Is this perfect? No, because I had 215 pixels in height to work with. But I think this is a better composition. There's less dead space because right now there's a lot of like emptiness in your capsule. Like a lot of this is like the blue things. A lot of it is just like empty. Like there's so much surrounding the guy. You want to show as much real content on your capsule. So yeah, I think making your logo a bit bigger and just making that one, making your character bigger as well. And Steam has now added it so that everything is 2 times as big, or like not big. Like all capsules are double the resolution now. Use that. It's gonna make your life so much easier. Ooh, spooky. I hope nobody got jump scared. Let me pull back here. Yo, Marnix, how are you doing today? Love your vids. I woke up a bit more than an hour ago. Damn, we're already 40 minutes in. So generally pretty good. Back to doing unpaid capsule artwork, indeed. Okay, rest of store page, ready to run. Aaron must uncover the mysteries of his lost brother. Lost brother's involvement in a soulless corporation promising immortality. All it's discovered comes with a terrible price. Narrative-driven 3D-person adventure horror game. Alternate 1990s atmosphere. I would replace Aaron with you. Like you as the player. You're not Aaron, unless there's only one guy named Aaron, basically. But I would talk about it from the perspective of the player. Ooh, thoughts on Sasquatch new game. Should I talk about it? I'll finish this one first, and in the meantime, I'm gonna think about if it's a good idea to talk about that. Aaron must uncover the mystery of his lost brother's involvement. I would be like, you must uncover the mystery. Like, I would be like, uncover the mystery of your lost brother's involvement. Get rid of the Aaron. Yeah, indeed. And then yeah, instead of his, be your. I think that is gonna be better because you want to showcase to the player. You're not selling the flight, you're selling the vacation, basically. So that is something that I would do. Okay, description. I would get rid of the description header. This one feels dumb. I can get like the note and features you can put in, but I would just drop description. In Pinnacle Point, Aaron is on desperate mission. Okay, now you can say Aaron in the longer description, but I would keep the short description, keep it short as well. As he infiltrates the ranks, he uncovers a horrifying truth. The version of internal lies comes at a great cost. Okay, risking his own soul. Survival horror gameplay with modern elements. Psychological horror. I feel like this is a bit long. About the altar, this is cute, but it doesn't belong on the store page. I'm sorry. Like, it's not a good thing generally. To be like about the altar, because at the end of the day most people on Steam don't care, and it's not always a benefit to, I think I talked about this at some point, where the term solo dev has lost a lot of value because you have people like the dev from Manor Lords who are like, oh, I'm a solo dev. And yeah, it's Manor Lords solo dev. It's like, oh yeah, a single engine. Yeah, there was like this whole drama. He was working with a whole bunch of contractors and things. And I think there was like 7 people or something in total work on this. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm the solo dev. But I think that's a bit of a weird statement. But this was a point where a lot of people were like, really, is this a solo dev? So it gets harder. Yeah, not put the story in the short description. Yeah, I mean, this is story. And if you instead replace it with you must uncover it, then it gets more of, okay, what is the actual gameplay going to be doing? Kanpu-san, I'm doing all right as well. Thanks for asking. So yeah, I think art style generally is pretty good. You already got 780 wishlists, which honestly is pretty good for this. Is there anything on the YouTubes? Ready to run games? Just your trailer. And yeah, these did not seem to get the big... Oh, you got a press kit already? That's good as well. Yeah, you got your logo packs. Good. Always have press kits, guys. You can make one for free. This is probably one self-made, which is also fine. But always have a press kit, relatively easily to be found. Okay, let's take another look at this. This is good job at least. Yeah, okay, I think this is a good one. We've got enemies here. I would try a capsule art where you have... Okay, it's very low res, so I'm not gonna be able to make like one of these myself, but I would take one of these enemies, basically, the ones with the tendrils and things like that, and try replacing Aaron here with one of them and make it more about the scary spookiness of the game. Generally, horror games, you want to put the actual antagonist or like the villain on the capsule. We see this. Can I look at horror? Tag horror, damn, 20,000 games. But a lot of games do this where you show your big bad evil. But this is like, yeah, who the fuck thinks Vampire Survivors is a horror game? Well, yeah, the villain needs to be... What I'm talking about is things like Lunch Lady and Garden of Bonbon and things like that. Capsules are very easy to make. You just take your evil enemy and put that in the face. Alan Wake. I think also Alan Wake is not indie. So I would generally go for, what is it? Another one is like Garden of Bonbon. Like all of these, you put like your villains in there. Five Nights at Freddy's also has your Freddy Fazbear in it. Generally for horror games, survival horror is also not going to do it right. If you want to go for the spooky, scary horror games, yeah, Backrooms, I guess, is not... Oh yeah, there's an enemy in there as well. I just want the small... I don't want the Lost of Us, goddammit. Give me recent one. Choo Choo Charles, yeah. Okay. Late Homework, Quiet Place. Oh yeah, there was a Quiet Place movie now. Don't Be Afraid looks like scary stuff as well. And it's so funny, you have like a pumpkin paddock, and it's like, you know, it's not... Okay, it's alright. Where the Light Dies, this is like all usually you put enemies in it as well. So I think you have some cool enemies with the tentacles and the tendrils. Use that in your capsule as well. And yeah, double the capsule resolution, I think. So, I'm getting there, don't worry. I'm not dead just yet. I want to take a quick intermezzo now, because I see some people are here. Do you need to include a press kit for the Python Games Award? No, but it would always be nice. And I want to give a quick shout out to my Twitch boys and people who are like, hey, I want to support Marnix. I'm going to show you right now. Oh, this is awkward. Let me mute this. How you can support Bite Me Games. So this is our Twitch, twitch.tv/BiteMeGames. And if you have Prime, Amazon Prime, which I guess most of you guys have. Oh, this is very metal. Let me scroll down so it doesn't look like this. There's a button here. Or wait, let me go. Can I see the live one? Yeah, bam. Hi, me. I'm gonna pause this or I'm gonna hate my life. There's a button here called subscribe. And then if you click on that, you have a button here that says use Prime sub. It says free 1 month. And you see, I have to actually do this every month. Oh, someone, KKN, the volcanic. Oh, I guess that's volcanic here. You just click this. And I just made like €3 or something. And it didn't cost me anything because you already pay for Prime. So if you don't know what to do and you want to support us, that's probably the easiest way to do it. So this was a live showcase. And then normally in like a second or something, there should be like a pop-up of like, hey, Marnix subscribed with Prime. Actually, why didn't it do that? I should give an announcement because I did subscribe. And it does come up in my Steam fuck. Yeah. Oh, I got your Prime sub last month. Remember, Prime subs though, they expire. So you always have to resub every month. That's why I have to do these call to actions, because we had like 40 Prime subs and now it dropped back down to 26. So I was like, oh, it's time to do another plug for it, because even like my Prime sub expired. Yeah. AUE SIP, thanks for the Prime sub. Why did mine not come through? Oh, I think because I had a resub, and resubs probably don't count as much. So, Marnix, I am once again asking for your... Oh god, here we go again with the capsules. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. Ooh, don't... Why is there a... No, I don't like this planet. God damn it, Starlight Brigades. So if you want to know the lore of this, I've made like 2 more versions of this already in the Game Dev Advice channel a while back. Yeah, so he's been trying to get his own capsule. Let's see if I can get to where we came from. Yeah, so we came from this here. It started off as this, as the capsule, like a few of these versions. And I was like, my dude, this ain't it. And then I made this quickly. This is an AI-generated like spaceship scene, but just to get the composition, and then change the local positioning. Then we got to this. I don't like this. Thanks for following as well, Chaos Prince. Then we got to this, which, my dude, speaking of blank space, there is too much blank space here, for example. And once again, we were looking at a very flat shaded, oh, there is a very tiny gradient, but a mainly flat shaded spaceship, which didn't look good. So I was like, okay, here we go again. I got a capsule from a spaceship from Sketchfab and just threw it in there. Looked a lot better. Hype train incoming. Thank you, Chaos Prince, as well, for the Prime sub. So it keeps going on. This one looks actually pretty good, except I would add a flare of the engine, honestly. And also this capsule would not work because in the top right corner, like where the S is, this is where Steam, you can't put text, because this is where your demo banner and things like that will come. Demo DLC, you can't put text there, so you would have to put it lower at the bottom. Yeah, okay, this was a bit of too extreme of a flare, but you were getting there. Then we're going to this one. Is this the current version yet? No. Okay, so we move on to this one. Once again, I think you're going to run into trouble here with the S being covered by the demo tag. This one, the problem I have here once again is too much empty space, like left and right. General composition I think is pretty good, but there's nothing going on in most of the capsule. And then we get to this version. And this version, it's all right. It's not your worst work, I guess, which is a start. And let's take a quick look at it in Photoshop. But this planet is bad. I don't like this at all. Can I just get rid of it? Let's take, I'm just gonna do regular lasso. It's fine. It's gonna be shit, but this is faster. I should really learn how to use masks in Photoshop one day. Today is not that day. Okay, we now have a new planet. Ta-da! The problem I have here is just the fact that now, if you wanted to have it, I would have had it behind the... there's no way I can patch this up, I feel. Let's take a look. Can I patch this up a little bit? No way. like have it behind the A, basically, like behind the lettering. Make rocket fly through the A, probably also not that. Let's go back to my brush, make it even tinier. Oh, yeah, no, this ain't it. Oh, actually, can I do this? Oh, no, it's broken. Never mind. Yeah, this is too small. Whatever. Don't put it in between it. It looks bad, and if you did want to put it behind it, yeah, move it behind it at least. I like the spaceship as probably you could make the spaceship even bigger. Filter, select subject. Is this gonna work? Nope, not at all. Select the mask. I want all of this. Let's go, all of this. Oh boy. And none of this. This needs to be bigger. Okay, whatever. This is good enough. New layer, perfect. Bam, let's go. Oh yeah, I should have maybe cut it out. Well, I would still have made it bigger. By the way, I got covered by 80 level and PC Gamer organically and had no press kit. Yeah, indeed, you can do that. Make one for your games because it's gonna be better. It's not a hard requirement, so to say, to have a press kit, but it is also when you're working with influence and things like that. It's good. Is it better to use a description or an AI-generated reference image when commissioning a capsule? The problem is if you use an AI-generated capsule, it's often very tempting, and it can be an issue where people are like, oh, I'm just gonna basically not exactly trace, but gonna be too close, and you lose a bit of the artisticness. I think you're better off having a very shitty sketch, and then I think I can find this pretty easily because there's not that much images that we've posted. Yes, here. This is what we did for our Forge Industry capsule. You can guess which one I did, and then which one the artists did, right? I still have no fucking clue, but this is where artists shine. Like, this is why you pay them more than an AI, so to say. I gave them the shitty drawing of like, oh, I want someone hammering. And then we got this out of it, basically. And that is good. I think giving full-on AI references, first of all, artists may hate you, whatever, that's fine. And then, but I think you're better off giving a little rough sketch like this. So I would not do purely AI generated to the capsule artist. Would Fiverr be a good place for capsule artists, or is there a better alternative? Fiverr generally is your best bet for finding them. I have this great doc that I will share with you right now. Let me put this in the YouTube chat. Let's go here. It's a doc we created over like a while at this point, where we asked like people like, hey, what did you use for your capsule artist and things like that? So Forge Industry, Guild Architect, we used both of them were from Fiverr. There's some on ArtStation as well. ArtStation is a bit more pricey generally, but also good quality often. Go through that list if you're looking for capsule artists and things like that. That's probably the best place to go to find it. I have personally given the Vivek guy, I think, a lot of business from arting. This is the part that I'm investing in for Steam. But I'm quickly reading up on Twitch chat, on YouTube chat, but okay. Usually you'll find stuff here. What we did for Guild Architects. Let me see if I can find this. Is it still in here? Guild Architect. As media image from in. I'm gonna be leaking some shit here if I'm not careful. This optimization. Oh, we have a lot of images in here. Am I gonna find it? Was it in here even? No. It was an artist alley, I think. Give me a second, guys. Yes. Here. It should be around here. Let's see. Go back up a bit. Yeah. No, am I losing it? God damn it. I was so close. We had somewhere where we had one of our artists make rough sketches. And then I used those to communicate with them of like, hey, this is what we want. And then we did get like some follow-ups, and this is the final result we got for Guild Architect. And we got like some some in-between updates. Always ask if you're doing things with characters, make the characters separate layers. Always specify this. It's going to make your life so much easier when doing the capsules as well. Steam capsule art leads. This was for me. Let me take a look if I can. I'm gonna scroll for 1 second, see if I can find my own shit as well. But because the interns are not in here anymore, I can't look for them. Or I can't look for what images they have made. That's the problem. So I don't know if I can get the... I can probably just go back to Fiverr. No, let's not do that. Because 1 second. We'll get there, boys. We'll get there, chats. Don't worry. I can probably go through my original posts. Yes. Okay, damn, was this what we had to start with? God damn. Well, this is what we gave our artist, and this was like rough sketches, so as you can see there was a 5 because we made like 6 different versions. And they were like, okay, what is the composition that we like the best? And we then went to our artist and be like, okay, this is the style of youth date. We want to have this composition. And then we got like the updates. So yeah. It's, yeah, 145 euros. Honestly, a pretty good deal, if you ask me. So now you know. Capsule art leads. Let's go back to... Oh, did I ever really cover this? Nah. Also, don't you always do this? What's the point of the four, like the little border? I don't know if it looks good on Steam, honestly. I would maybe see if I would just get rid of it. Because it's so skinny, it doesn't fit with the rest of the game. Mars on Fire also had a comment about the capsule. Is it 145 for all the capsule art? It was for the entire capsule art for Guild Architect. We had the logo ourselves, luckily. Oh, the border is for you and your editing software. Okay, I see. Greetings, Evelyn. I think one of the issues with the capsule is that it doesn't give me any real sense of what the game is. Is it action, RTS, simulation? It's an RTS. I feel like... How? I feel like that's a L take. No, let me go back to here. Because what is like... I think it's like Homefront. What's the sci-fi? I think it's called Homefront. No, it is not that. God damn it. It's the one that came out earlier this year. It's like one of the top Steam Next Fest demos. Can I just look up Space? Space Sim? Homeworld? Was it Homeworld? Yes, it was Homeworld 3. I think they just have a giant ass spaceship as well as their capsule. Damn. That did not go as well as they expected, I feel. Like, it's just a spaceship. Dune is a bad one because Empyrean. Why have I ignored this game? I never go through this. But those are survival games. As far as I understand. Oh, it's action adventure? Well, I think space game, at the end of it, you'll have screenshots right next to it as well. So the capsule is to pique the interest. Oh, you captain the ship during the story. Okay, okay. I see, I see. Okay, don't do this as a capsule though, if you can avoid it. Yeah, it works, but I think you can do better. This looks like Robocraft, but it got an upgrade. Or like Space Engineers, I guess, as well. Check out my game, you did the clickbait with it. What do you mean? Road to Exotics. Oh, you're talking about the previous one. The previous stream? I don't know. Road to Exotics. I think, yeah. It's a game. Yeah, that's 10,000 reviews. It's a casual racing still, Canon style. 300 alien. Wait. It's both 2D and 3D? Why is there a random 2D screenshot in here? This looks weird. Also, this looks. Try to use actual screenshots and not like pre-rendered, because there's no UI here. Oh, is this your main screen or something? Like this is screenshots? Oh, god damn it. Are you doing this? Get rid of the stroke and add drop shadow instead. Don't do stroke on your fonts. Yeah, no, that wasn't the viewer game. Don't worry. The previous one I was looking at. Yeah, stroke on your fonts just looks bad. Especially if it's super thin, you're better off doing drop shadow. So get rid of that, is what I would say. And 2D is the tutorial, okay. Add some GIFs. You're making a high-speed racing game, for God's sake. And there's nothing that shows me the high speed except the trailer, I guess. This is bad music choices. Go for something more energetic and not chiptune-y. You're not making a 2D game, so don't go for chiptune music. Watch this stream now get claimed as well. This is fun. Okay, yeah, you do have a 2D scene as well. Yeah, go for probably what you want to do is like liquid drum and bass as a genre. That's what I think Forza uses a lot of it as well in their games. This is not energetic. You've got this cool game, it's 3D, and then you go for the bleep bloop music. That is not the way to go. I think I would change the music as well here for your trailer. So now you can't complain about the clickbaitiness anymore. The demo was made on stream. Smoothness, Blender suggesting intelligent roughness. I'm sure what people mean when they say smoothness in Unity materials. Smoothness is the roughness in Blender as well, generally. Can you and should you update trailers on Steam? It has no effect at all on the algorithm. The only time that it actually mattered to trailers was with the Lost Steam Next Fest, because then, what's the genre for? Oh, liquid drum and bass. Like liquid DNB. Not liquid funk, but yeah, you know, Netsky chases that as these things. Man, back when I was a wee lad in 2015, this was the only music that I listened to, basically. But that's the music that Forza and things like that you often use. And it's like higher BPM. It's like usually 170, 160, 180. It's more hype, more vibes. So I would use that instead of the chiptune music. Add some speed lines probably as well, or like some smoke engine trails and things like that. You need to get your feel, make it, because you say you're going 300 miles per hour. Can I full screen this? This does not look like it's 300 miles per hour. It doesn't feel like it's 300 miles per hour. That's a big problem racing games have often. That conveying of speed, so to say. Lighting has changed a lot, which was hard to create a picture from Steam, but the lighting isn't the same. Okay, yeah, this is more indeed. The roughness is the same as smoothness. But what you see here now is that on stream, this was more white than this. That's the shiny metallicness. You're better off with the more flat shaded channel, especially in this style. So I think good job. This is yeah, even Forza Horizon games struggle with conveying speed for a certain degree. So yeah. Please critique the itch game. The itch page. Let's take a quick look. Dwarve in a world. Oh, it's a pixel art font. Do you need trusty flashlights? Uncover treasures. I mean, actually, it looks pretty solid. No Steam page. If you have no Steam page, submit for the Bite Me Game Awards. Because we'll pay for your Steam page. What's the category called again? Diamond in the Rough here. Promising games that may not have a Steam page yet. Have a small game or prototype released on a platform that isn't Steam between November 30th. Shouldn't this be November 20th? Did I not update it? Yeah, November 20th, but it should be fine. Submit your game here. And, or is there a demo? Oh, there's no demo yet. No. I don't know, there should be. These are PC controls. And then download now. Yeah. Submit to the Bite Me Games Awards. It's free to play. Yeah. Steam is something you're investing in. Well, if you win this, you don't have to invest because we got some people pay for it. Winner of the Diamond in the Rough category will receive a Steam application credit and budget for professional capsule art. And you'll get my advice on does the capsule art look good or bad for whatever that is worth. So, Bite Me Game Awards, guys. Submit your games. Early trailer feedback. I'm gonna... Okay, I'll do a quick one. Now, what? Yeah, what did it say? Yes, it's AI. And also the image at the end. I'll do a quick one. I'm not gonna do a full trailer breakdown thing. Okay, first of all, you're doing stroke on your fonts. Get rid of stroke on your fonts, replace it with things like drop shadow. I need to quickly, because this is once again killing my video playback. One more moment. Let's give this another go. Okay, this is too slow and questionable music choice. Why is my zombie dubstepping? I guess it's a zombie survivor-like, because I see the level bar at the top. Don't do the, just the straight up jump cuts, don't do the zoom in thing. I guess what you're missing also is variety. Okay, yeah, this is the... Okay, if you want to use AI, guys, don't use DALL-E, don't use the one from ChatGPT, use Midjourney. This is made with DALL-E or some derivative of it. What you basically made is a Code Monkey thumbnail. And that's there's a very big difference I've noticed in the outputs of AI generated art. Where is it here? Code Monkey. Yeah, it's like the big black outlines, like this is all AI generated, like this one as well with thumbnail. I don't like it. There was another time where he did it for like a whole while. Like this is the AI generated one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Those are pretty much DALL-E based, I think. And it just, those look way worse for some reason. I don't know, I'm not an AI engineer or whatever. Yeah, okay, placeholder for capsule art. Once again, get rid of stroke. Never do stroke. Always have drop shadow instead of stroke on your text elements if you want to have some kind of separation. Doesn't make sense here also to have the thing. We're missing... Let's wait, what was the post? What were you asking for? Nice to know your task makes sense. It's too soon. Yeah, too soon. Yeah, as a mid... Wait, Flux Dev. The thing is, Midjourney is like purely in terms of like the actual outputs. Do they have examples? Okay, this looks pretty all right, I guess. You can do prettier stuff. As far as the AI models that I have looked at, generally Midjourney does the best in terms of a whole variety of... Wow, now I lost my train of thought. The whole variety of different art styles, like all of the YouTube thumbnails are Midjourney, but also, for example, one of our upcoming games we're probably gonna be doing... it depends. We'll see. Right now we have placeholder capsule art. It's gonna be placeholder until after Steam page launches at least, before we may consider replacing it with real art, but because we wanted to move fast, we didn't do it. Skogful. This one is AI generated as well, and it just takes some time in understanding, hey, how do the... maybe I should change this because we're not releasing the 22nd. Capsule images. And this is AI, all of these. And it's just, you know, understanding how to write your prompts. Capsule art, how do you communicate? How do you solve for that? You send them... These are the captions. What I generally like is on Fiverr, that's what the Vivek guy had as well. They have their own previous work. And there I would be like, hey, I like this specific piece of image. Like, not just I like your style, because generally they have kind of a broad style. Be like, hey, this piece of art that you made before, that one, I think, is what I want my personal game to be in that style as well. So I would just be like, yeah, and then otherwise it's like, hey, stuff like Hades, the more you throw into them of like, hey, this is what I want, the better of a result they can have. How far along should your game be before creating a Steam page? You need to have good screenshots, and you need to have enough gameplay to make a trailer. And that's why this third page, it's not live yet, because we don't have good enough visuals yet. We don't have enough screenshots yet. You will get best outcomes from AI using local models like SDXL, where you can not only work on your prompt, but your whole workflow. You might do it or a software engineer, and you might do it have too much time on your hands. Because at that point, you're losing a lot of the rapid prototyping if you're going to suddenly change your entire model. Why 2 images for each capsule? Wait, what does it mean? Oh, this is... because Steam changed it so you have the 2 resolutions. Like here, size is 920 by 430. Will also accept older 460 by 215 pixels. I use the higher resolution. That automatically creates the header underscore 2x file. And then the original header is still the 460 by 215 pixels. It's like their backwards compatibility thing, is my guess. So that if I were to not have the high res one, it wouldn't have the 2x, but the site wouldn't die, basically. So what the survivor like that we're making, why are we making that one? Because it's a roguelite. We had the feeling that, hey, we could iterate quickly on it. I think it would be an interesting hook, magical girls with guns, survivor-like. So that was the thought we had for that one. Although I think, I don't know if the screenshots for that one weren't really great either yet. The problem is, yeah, don't make a Steam page, ideally, if your game just looks like ass. What did we have for screenshots? Can I look back at it? To complete a checklist. Yeah, these screenshots are kind of shit. Yeah, Marmo 2.0, maybe, but we have guns. Yeah, this is very old at this point. The screenshots, these should be updated as well. But here also the capsule art, I'm not happy with the library assets. But yeah, this one also I made myself. But once again, not happy with this one. This game is also going to be a bit longer in dev time still normally. Am I sure about this one? I am sure about this one, Rowan Anthony. Well, you're always going to be Hayden, because I recognize your name. Yeah, I recognize your name. You generally don't like me, I've noticed. It's fine. But we'll see how it goes. I think it's a good concept. We'll see how it goes. You win some, you lose some. Send me your Steam page if you really want to keep talking to me. Marble 2. Yeah, okay. Nothing new here? Okay. Okay, so Pinnacle Point we looked at. I did it. Oh, there's updates to it. Thanks for the tips. Game Sparrow, Alan Wake got covered by 80 level. And yeah, okay. I want Bite Me to be around when I do lol. Well, you're not gonna help with that. Fauna Morph Steam page / trailer feedback. It's a 2D platformer. Why you gotta do this to me? Why you gotta do this to me? Okay. This is a game for the furries. Don't lie to me. This is a game for the furries. Tell me I'm wrong. Lean into it more, you can probably have some success, but otherwise I have bad news for you. Can I zoom in? No? It looks like a Flash game, but in a good way. I don't know if it looks like a Flash game in a good way. It looks like a Flash game, sure, but it doesn't look like a game that should release in 2025. You know, this is a guy who enjoys Bite Me games, who wants to make games, game of his dream, and all of that. But it's like, oh, why you that? Why? I guess I do get the idea of, hey, you can evolve yourself with like, oh, mixing different animal DNA in you. Oh, there's a demo as well. Store page looks pretty good as well. Oh, I did want to do that. I should close some of my tabs. I have too many. Fauna more. Let's take a look. 516. Okay, that's better than expected. It's probably the furries. It's probably the furries. You've got good GIFs. You've got the cool headers. Cover your origins features. Store page description is pretty good. Mutant foes away, transform into different animals. I'm not sure if you need the mutant foes, transform into different animals and recombine your DNA to unlock new abilities of Fauna Morph. Uncover the mysteries of your origin is action-packed 2D Metroidvania about genetics and mutations. I would change this first screenshot to this one. Yeah, actually, it's not a furry game like at all. I think that's the problem. Because that's like probably your only audience gonna be. Because you are making a 2D platform at the end of the day. Oh, what I wanted to say is replace the order of your screenshots. Don't put this one as your first screenshot because there's too much black on it. This is just 2/3 of your screenshot is dumb and not really interesting. So I would put this one, like, don't tell me that don't like some breeding ass hips. That's why I think it's for a furry game. And like the fact that you're like just uncovering all of the furries with the you're literally adding tentacles. What can I say? Sarkis, what are you saying? Marnix question mark. But yeah, change these two screenshots. What? This is not hand drawn. This is pixel art, or it's like hand drawn pixel art, I guess. But it's not hand drawn in like that style. Oh, the kangaroo ties. Well, what can I say? Yeah. It's a game. Some do that paintbrush revival. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, okay, whatever. Any feedback's appreciated. Game idea, feel a bit repetitive, too big sessions, safe shifting, and change your DNA. Is that all part of the same feature? First, GIF is a bit low quality. Okay, not much combat or puzzles. That's yeah. I do like the store page description myself. My main question is just what about the entire game in general? That I'm like, meh. I don't know if oh, they use Windows 98 paintbrush. Yeah. Oh, has the thought of creating DLC for UPT ever come up? Yeah, we're planning a free update. Because I showed it in one of the games as well. We want to make a construction update. I think I even have some sample capsule art for that one. It wasn't really speech time. Beauty. Promo art. Steam. Construction updates. Let's see. Does this work? Yeah. So we're planning a construction update. This is also very much work in progress still, because I want to have a different picture of him wearing the hard hat. We're planning a construction update level for free, and using that as an extra push to reach out to all of the influencers that have covered the game before, that we've reached out to before. Be like, hey, new version of the game or like new free update. Combine that with a DLC, with a like 20% discount or whatever. And I want to see, is there value in that? I think a paid DLC won't really take off for UPT because it needs more content then. But I think definitely a free thing or like a free update could work if we do a push there as well. Do you have any more questions we can ask ourselves to increase fun? I made a video about it. Oh, not too long ago, I think. If you haven't seen that one, I would suggest watching that one. But yeah, increasing pace on here. How to instantly increase your game's fun. What were the 5 things I talked about? Adding timers was a big one. Sound design. Sound is a lot for making your game more fun. Try playing your game at dead silent versus oh yeah, made some changes. So yeah, I think those are some of the big ones. Watch this video 2x speed. You're right, much more fun. I think yeah, and then I think some of the you're not reading that, I guess. Some of the comments had some good points as well, like screen jump, shake effect, things like that. So just giving more feedback to the player generally makes it more fun as well. Little Nomads is an exploration survival game where you'll embrace the freedom of nomadic life, herding livestock and journeying across a vast open steppe. Div Day 2, setting up yurts. Any suggestions? Yeah, probably too early, because you're still using the beans. And the golden silver camel, whatever. Steam is more likely to give you daily deals, except we are not earning enough for Steam's daily deals. You need to have earned about at least 100k total revenue for your game before they consider daily deals. Daily deal. Yeah. Yes. A lot of these comments are like how much they sold. Okay, this one doesn't say it. Oh, God damn it. How to Market the Game made a post about it as well. howtomarketthegame.com. It basically boils down to you have to send them an email once you have reached a magical threshold. How to get special daily deal featuring the Steam front page. So how you do this. And in here it said something. Yeah, a graph of the amount of reviews people had in a logarithmic scale. Basically, almost everyone had over 500 reviews, and very much good ratings. Yeah, median 2,000 reviews. What's the daily deal on Steam? It's where if you go to Steam, you're like this. Okay, not Monster Hunter Wilds, not Helldivers 2. God damn it. Well, basically, it's when I need to go and open a private tab, I feel. New private window. It's where you get put on the front page of Steam. Okay, what do we have now? Shouldn't recommend me anything. Like, being put on here. Yeah, like this, the Guilty Gear Strive. This is a daily deal, most likely. Or like these, oh no, here, today's offers. Special, it's today's deal. Batora Lost Haven. Ah, actually, 164 reviews, not that big. But still, Unicycle Pizza Time has nowhere near earned enough to be considered for a daily deal. We're talking about a lot more money here. Batora Lost Haven, let's take a look at Gamealytic. Oh, no, I closed it. Batora Lost Haven. No? Now we're getting there, yeah. How much have they earned? 180k gross estimated. So we're not there yet. This is a very steep discount that they're doing right now, because now they're like $5 or something. So that's the daily deal. You get a shit ton of visibility from it for 24 hours every day of the week. But yeah, like look at this is like the impact you get. Like, poo! You usually make the most money you'll ever make on the day of the daily deal. Like generally, it outperforms things like releases and all of that as well. So it's nice if you can get it, but it's yeah, you have to kind of ask it. Yeah, here they say. So you do it when you have like low pricing, new content, all of that. But we're not there yet. We've earned like 12k or something in a daily deal. So yeah, if your games earn somewhere in the 150k gross within 9 months, and reviews are good. So we are not there yet. Maybe one day, but we'll see. As for the Yort game, I think 2 days is too early to give some good ideas, because you can take this game any direction still. Also, why were the sheep floating? It seems. Yeah, the sheep just fall. 150k easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, we're not there yet. Younger audience difficulty and spookiness. The game targets quite a large age range and would leave here to maybe your kids. Oh well, that's not me. The secret door looks kind of glitchy. Yeah. Make it fun for most. Sheep fun. Seems like someone clicked the recording. I don't think I can give good feedback on this one. Snakes. Let's take a look at what Snakes has to say. We're developing a military team deck builder where units are played on a grid. We're testing visuals. Which visuals would you like to see most in this context? Don't ask developers for you should do visuals. We're developers. This is bad. Don't ask developers for what to do. Classic military teams, Animal Kingdom militarized. This depends purely. If you're talking to a furry, they'll go for B. If you're talking to me, I'll go for A. Also, there's no pick. Oh, I think they removed the picture actually. What are we looking at? A, B, yeah. I guess no. This is a weird one. I can't really give much interesting feedback here. If you make AI, make the AI look good. But clearly it was so bad here that they removed their AI image. Yeah, here this was already covered as well. Guys, no questions anymore. You're all that good on making games? Because if so, should I do it? Should I do it? Oh, sure. I'm currently studying game development in college. At the moment, I'm trying to learn game design documents. Any suggestions on where to look about this? Depends on what you want. You go to our YouTube channel and you go and look at probably the third oldest video we ever made. I think there's some good resources in there. Yeah, why you should write game design documents. Game design documents have shifted a lot. Oh, who's my dude? God damn it, Tim Kane has some game design document videos as well. Look at those, how to write design docs. This guy probably knows more about it than me. Game design documents have changed a lot over the past, let's say, 20 years, 25 years. So I wouldn't suggest making like the 20-page game design docs. I think I actually had some game design document examples in here. If you want to see younger lad mornings, god damn, I'm ugly. Oh, this is gonna be down, I think. What? No way. This still is up? Okay. Damn. I'm surprised by myself. So, you have like some old school games, like Diablo, like you can see their game design documents. But this is from a different era, like the first Grand Theft Auto, like Race and Chase was what it's called back then. You can see them, or like the Doom Bible by Tom Hall. That's like 79 pages. Don't do this anymore. This doesn't work in 2024 as much anymore. At least not for indies. And if you read those design docs and you look at the games that came out of it, you'll notice as well that they are very different as well. So there's some things you can see here looking at all your game design docs. Look at Tim Kane's one. God damn it, I used to write blog posts. Did you guys know that? For every video I wrote an accompanying blog post. That was suffering. Should we invest time in making a timeless video of level creation for YouTube, or will it not gain us any wishlist in any way? Probably not. So let's change my perspective a little bit. Time lapses for your game, you'd make them for the love of the game. There's a video I'm planning on right now that I'm in develop, or like that's in like it's almost done with the full scripting. It's where I watch 100 devlogs and then look at, okay, what did they get from these devlogs? Did it make sense to do the devlogs? How much wishlist did they get? What else did they get from it? Do they even have a store page? And what I can tell from that is your conversion rate is absolutely miserable. You're looking at 0.5% of views convert to wishlists. And the wishlist quality then is lower as well. So normally a wishlist converts at about 10%. If wishlists come from, from things like YouTube videos, they are, or like the devlogs at least, which is what level design would be, we're talking more about like 0. So you have the 0.5% wishlist conversion, and then those wishlists converted about 3% instead of 10%. So if you want to make it for the love of the game, do it for the love of the game, but don't do it for marketing. Don't live stream and be like, oh, I made a devlog, now I've done all the marketing there is to be. No, that's not how it works. If you want to make it, you can make it, but don't expect it to be like a giant wishlist thing, basically. Is it realistic to make a game like Crusader Kings as an indie dev? I mean, Manor Lords was made... no, probably not fully realistic, but Manor Lords was made by a solo dev. Yeah, the thing is, Paradox is very much not for solo devs. A Hooded Horse, maybe. Is it realistic? No, probably not. You're not gonna beat them, at least, so you'd have to make a worse version, and there's a lot of games like Crusader Kings and like the 4X games that it gets harder. Is it realistic? Yeah, no, that one we just covered. Should you go hard on marketing before or after making a demo? The hardest part probably begins once you have a demo, because then you have people who can actually play it. When you have things... Okay, I'm an adult. If you have a trailer, you can already reach out to press, but you will not get like YouTubers generally covering your game. Once you have a demo, people can play the game for themselves, and that is when it gets more worth it to get marketing, to reach out to people and things like that. Oh, what happened? Ara, come Mania. Yeah, I had the same thing. So yeah. Are there any low-hanging fruits in terms of videos we can make for marketing? You don't make any videos. That's a low-hanging fruit. You make a trailer and that's it. And the rest, you just go and you ask other people, hey, make video about my game, please. And that's basically how that one works. Do you have any insights on the market in Korea and Philippines? A friend of mine would translate our game to Korean and Tagalog. I saw your video on types of games, but you didn't mention those two from memory. Oh, yes, that's a good one. We've kind of... Korea, it needed some time. But, oh, not here. Income, sales stats. Korea is now our second biggest country for unicycle pizza time. What am I looking at? Okay. Let's take the last 3 months. And then unicycle pizza time. Yeah, so we're currently sitting at 68% Japan and then 15% Korea. So Korea we never reached out to because I don't know Korean or anything about Korea. How it picked up there, I think I can take a look at it. Because Korea is very much on YouTube now and on other platforms. It used to be a giant Twitch country. Let me quickly not dox myself. Is it still local? Yeah, it's localized in Korean. Always, yeah, if you want to go for a different country, always localize it. That is a given. Okay, I should be logging in so I can take a look. But there's some other platforms, like I think Naver. Coverage bots. I should be able to see like who covered us. And a bunch of these, like, yeah, of course. YouTube is the biggest. Who is this? I never saw this before. They covered our game? Apparently. Sort by... Sure, whatever. Did she play Unicycle P? Oh, this is Indonesian. Yeah, we translate our game to Indonesia. Indonesia is a giant market as well. Thomas Stewart is just because of the video I collabed with him. We made a video together. So, yeah, okay, no, this is just a small boy. But I can see normally coverage where they found us from. Filters, and then... Can I... Oh, doesn't seem to support language for finding stuff. But yeah, we do have some Koreans, 2.6K. There was like one giant Korean video that got made about our game as well. Where's page 2 maybe? It just kind of came over from Japan to Korea, indeed. There's a lot of overlap for historical reasons, shall we call it, that people from Japan and Korea can sometimes play the same language. You see this also, K-pop idols often speak Japanese. These two countries are kind of in sync. And that's where it came from, because we only reached out to Japanese, but I think it's Naver. Yeah, Unicycle Pizza Time. This is like some Korean site. I generally don't understand it at all. But this is where the first coverage came from. Am I saying don't skip Korean localization? I'm not sure if that's what I'm saying. It depends. Once again, Unicycle Pizza Time is a very easy game in terms of the localization, because I can show you the localization document. This is like, we have, how many entries is this? We have in total like a little more than 127 total strings in the entire game. How much did it cost to localize all three? $0, because we used ChatGPT for all of it. And well, Japanese I did a bit myself. So we did it a mix of purely ChatGPT. And then there's also something called Polyglot Game Dev for your more common terms. So if you're doing things like menu and all of that, there's this master doc where, let's say I want to find new game. Yeah, here, new game. So you have that, and then in every language, basically, this is like crowdsourced. You can find, how should I say new game in Greek, in Turkish, and whatever. And then you can just use these values, basically, and put them in your own localization. That's what we did. And then the words that weren't included in Polyglot Game Dev, we just used AI to localize. And it works well enough here. The thing is, we're not telling complex stories. I think if you're telling complex stories and emotions and things like that, yeah, don't throw it to ChatGPT. In this case, we could definitely do it, because it's like, yeah, what are these things? Like leaderboards, level names, start game. these are all things that we can do with just localization through ChatGPT. If you're making story games, yeah, you can't do that. Thai and Spanish and Ukrainian, we had localized with our audience. So we also asked, hey, anyone speaks these languages and wants to help. So yeah. So yeah, I feel like most demos I've tried are very long. Do people really play demos for more than an hour? Some do. How do you translate Dire Life Daredevil to Japanese? Oh, that's easy. If you have an English word to translate, English to katakana. Translate. So Japan has the concept of katakana, which is this: you take any English words like hamburger, and it becomes hanbaga. And it's really that simple and dumb. So Dire Life Daredevil would become like, what would it be? Daya Reife der Debüre. Yeah. So it's okay. This is gonna sound bad, but basically, how you imagine a racist would speak, like an English racist would speak Japanese. That is how you say katakana, and it sounds wrong, but that is just how it goes here, unfortunately. Or like, unfortunately, it's easy. If you come to Japan and you can learn basically nothing at all, don't learn the kanji or anything, learn how to read the katakana symbols, and your life will be so much easier because you can do like half of the menus already. Now, that's only for this, basically. Yeah, katakana is low-key racist if taken out of context. Exactly. But that's how it works. Hey, I'm living in Japan right now. I feel like I can say this. So yeah, Polyglot Game Dev. I think I made a video about it earlier this year in April, no, May, where I went to a localization company. But yeah, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, that one's pretty easy. Oh yeah, the demos are very long. I feel like dropping their native text might be insensitive. No, not for katakana. But the thing is, it gets harder for like Chinese because there you can't really put English words in it. So you need to find someone who actually understands the thing you want to go for. So yeah, a lot of games have like 2 hour plus demos at this point, and it's kind of, God damn it, why are you? It's kind of hard sometimes to feel like, oh, I have to compete with that. And yeah, here, like the thing is there, like it's aimed at content creators like here. They make videos half an hour plus long often. Yeah. Yeah, if you're making a 10-minute demo, you're too short. Ideally, you do have demos that are 50, no, not 50 minutes, but depends on the genre as well. If you're making a city builder, yeah, your demos usually should be about 1 to 2 hours. And it sounds like dumb, of like, hey, that's pretty much a full game. It's unfortunately the bar of quality for games keeps rising and your competition keeps getting better, that you almost have to do this, basically. You can't not do it. So then, yeah, you do see, it can be fucking demotivating. I get you. You see, like, oh, I released my demo, it's 2.5 hours. Or like, I've seen demos of 10 hours of content, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why? But that's, of course, the stuff that works. Roguelike deck builders, yeah, you're talking about hours as well. Multiple hours, usually, in total. Like, the moment you have something roguelike with the replayability, you go for multiple hours. And that's longer than, for example, a horror game would be. A horror game is, like, not that long in terms of the total game. Like, most horror games, they have, like, 1.5 hours of total gameplay, and then the demo is, like, 10-15 minutes. It's very much dependent on the genre as well. Hold on one second, I have to plug in my light so you guys can keep seeing me. Here we go. So it gets, yeah, the longer the better, basically. Yeah, roguelike is best indie. Because, yeah. But then, at the end of the day, you also have games like, what's it called again? God damn it. Cosmotier. And Cosmotier has like a 10-hour demo. And it's like, god damn it, how do you compete with that? You don't. You just don't. Cosmotier. Oh yeah, they don't have a separate store page, I think. So you can't see it. But Like, these are very in-depth games where, like, you know, people, they have hundreds of hours. Yeah, 300 hours, 400 hours, 82 hours, 109, 128. These games have 10-hour demos, usually, already. And it's like, how do you compete with it? You just don't. You have to find something else to do then. Yeah. How is just getting enough playtesters and don't have an audience? Assuming I have a Steam page with demo. Discord, yeah, it gets harder. Discord, finding friends and things like that. If you have friends, which also isn't always the easiest. Yeah. Do you find €5 a sweet spot for paid indie games? No. It depends on the genre once again. I would generally go for 10, 12. We did Unicycle Pizza Time €5 because at the end of the day, it's a relatively short game. And it's also, yeah, co-op, so you wanted to get more people on it. Most games I try to suggest go at least for minimum €10. It gets harder if you're doing like 2D games to ask for that much money. But 10, €15, it's better to price too high almost. Well, not like go crazy high. Don't price like €50 or whatever. But then worst case, if it's like, oh, the price is actually too high, you just discount more. Whereas the opposite of, hey, you price your game too low, you can't do like reverse discounts. And then that means that, oh, you're always doing at least 20% discount on top of that. So take home pay if you have a $5 game. Steam, and then, okay, 20% discount, so $4. Steam takes 30% of that. So you're left with almost like a little bit less than $3 take home pay before taxes, like probably even less. It gets really hard then. And you can't do deep discounts then because you learn literally nothing. So ask for a little bit, yeah, you compared your game to Hollow Knight. How much is Hollow Knight? I feel, is this on sale? I feel like this is on sale right now. Yeah, Hollow Knight is €15, which I think is already on the high side for a 2D game, often. We looked at Chain Together as like our main game. But things like, for example, also Jump King, it's surprisingly expensive because this one is also on discount. Jump King is normally €13, for example. So the difficult, why am I not in the difficult games bash? God damn it. Perfect random. Generally go for higher than you. Don't go super low because the price of games are already being pushed down. So yeah. Yeah, I'm an avid demo player. I bought a lot of games based on good demo. I think the game Mouthwashing did a great job. 2-hour full game, but the demo intros the plot and ends on a cliffhanger. Yeah, okay. That's indeed, but it's, yeah, 5,000 critical reflex. Is this an in-game? But yeah, a 2-hour demo. How long is the full game? 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, no, it's all right. Seems like it's not crazy. But it feels like it's only a few hours in total. Oh, full game is 2 hours. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, 2-hour full game, but the demo enters the plot and it's on a cliffhanger. Yeah, okay, that's a good demo. I thought you were saying of a 2-hour demo. How did Texas? Okay, thank you. How did the Texas and Steam even work if the storefront and on staff are all different from all different countries? Aha! That is because Steam pays you out in what's called royalties. Steam takes care of all the taxes for you. So I think once again I can show this. Reports. Let's go through September. Here you can see, first of all, Steam. This is how you know Steam deals with their VAT. They let you know that the VAT has to be updated. And then let's see, this is the sales report for September. Yeah, so in September, we sold 16 copies of Force Industry. We sold 2,268 for Unicycle Pizza Time. Let me zoom in a little bit more and see. Can you guys actually read this? Not really. Well, okay, we'll go for it. So Unicycle Pizza Time, 16, Force Industry, 16 units sold, okay. So how much did we earn gross on Steam? Okay, let's do UPT, $7,742 gross. Out of that, $2,000 is chargebacks and returns and things like that. And then we get the second part. So this is the VAT sales tax. So Steam also deals with this for you. This is one of the big advantages of Steam that people forget as well. you don't have to deal with individual countries and all of that. So they collect it for you as well. So okay, that gives us $5,000. And of the 5,000, so this quote unquote what you would be getting, Steam takes their 30%, and then we end up with 3,556. I'm not fully certain why they have the US share differently, probably because Valve is based in the US. They have a little asterisk, but they don't, oh no. Yeah, so amount of your total share is generated by sales in the US and may be subject to US withholding tax. So that is dependent on some of the forms you have to fill in. If you fill in the forms incorrectly, you have to pay another 30% US withholding tax on top of this, but not on the rest, basically. But that's how it works. Like, how would you price Vampire Survivors like game? Most of them around $5. Yeah, those should be around $5, I think, $5-6. So Steam does all the taxes for you, because what we get at the end of the day is one big fat stack of cash. The $3,600 gets sent directly to our account, and we just invoice Steam, and we don't have to charge VAT to Steam basically because it's B2B, and that is and that basically deals with all of the VAT for us. If you do something like a Patreon also does VAT collection for you, whereas Ko-fi, as far as I remember, at least for a long time, they didn't do it. And then you individually have to be responsible for making sure that VAT is being paid differently for all the countries and that you're charging for it and things like that. So that's kind of how it works there. So now you know. That was a little section. Does Steam not pay out automatically every month? It depends. You can set up your thresholds. I think the minimum you need to have is like $200 or $250. Because you can see here, for a while, it says like custom minimum payment not met, so we didn't get paid out. We increased it. Like, I think our payment is $500 a month minimum, or like $500 minimum, because we get paid to an EU account, and like our bank takes €10 in transaction costs, which is kind of dumb, but it costs us even more, like accounting costs and whatever, if we also have a non-EU bank account, so we just take it. But because of that, yeah, doesn't make sense to pay €10 on a $200 like transaction, so we stack it up to at least 500 basically. When you contact YouTubers to try your game and make a video about it, is it realistic that they do it for free? Say 100k plus subscribers. Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. It depends. The moment they have an agency, it gets harder for them to be it for free. Sandra Andreas in Twitch chat is like, so you make one-way invoice to Steam for bank accounting? Exactly, and that's it. So I just invoice Steam. Steam doesn't even want the invoice. I think they even say that, like, hey, Steam invoicing, Steam purchasing and billing FAQ. No, this is for the customer side. VAT invoice, purchase invoice. No, this is all. There's maybe I can find it here. See the FAQ. It's like here. Where do I send my invoice? We do not need to be invoiced. Payments are made monthly based on amount owing. If you need to create an invoice for your own payment, it does not need to be sent to Valve. So yeah, it's very easy. Basically, that's one of the big advantages as well. It's like, yeah, the 30%, does it hurt? Yeah, but it does save a lot of like suffering for all the payment managing and things like that. AUE SIP is like, do you find vidIQ useful in the long run? I've never used vidIQ, so like I've looked into it, but I'd never thought it was worth it. How do you apply for financing initiatives in BE and Netherlands? Gosh, golly, if only someone had a Patreon. And then grants. So you want a government grant. This video is everything you need to know. You do need to speak usually Dutch or French, like speak the language of the country you want to go at. So that's it. Yeah, it's a whole process. It takes some time and things like that. Mike, hi, do you want to give some feedback on my Steam page? Yeah, send it. Let's go. Let's roast the shit out of it. destroy it. Just tell yourself to stop being a game dev. What are some ways to make sure you get... Oh, if... And non-government grants like creative funds. I do not know how Indigo... Also, didn't Indigo shut down? Dutch Game Garden shut down at least, so I don't think they'll give you any money. Indigo Incubator, what it's called, I think. This is... No, this is Indonesia. Never mind. I think the Dutch one is gonna be shut down soon. But it depends. Non-government grants, it's usually still to go through the same bureaucracy bullshit. I once made a video. This is what it always comes down to. I once made a video. It performed horribly, but it talked about like how to maximize failure for your game. Let's take a look. Can I find it? No, but postmortems. Did I not make it? Here. Mistakes that will cause your game to fail. This one. Watch this video. And it's all of the... Now let's take a look. What did I talk about again? Video actually picked up a bit of views, I guess, still. Although, meh. Don't release, don't market, ignore your audience, do everything yourself, don't playtest. Am I missing one? Didn't I say 7? Yeah, Dutch Game Garden is shutting down. The game is called Meerkat Swift Race. Let's take a look. The Dutch one is gone, but there's a government one. Stimuleringsfonds Creatieve Industrie. I've never heard of that before. Stimuleringsfonds Creatieve Industrie. I guess this is gonna be only in Dutch. Okay, but it's not just for games. And so I've been the problem you have with these more general cultural funds and like government funds is that they don't fully understand games. Last year I submitted to Flanders Investment and Trade, which is like our general business one, and they were like, we don't see the value in you as a game developer wanting to export outside of Belgium. Your claim has been denied. And I'm like, what the fuck? So now I was in Japan, I had a meeting with Flanders Investment and Trade here because I'm like, guys, we export. I took them to Tokyo Game Show and they were like, what the fuck is this? We have never seen this kind of industry events before. Like they normally go to like food events and like carpets and this like furniture and whatever, like bespoke furniture things. And they're like, oh yeah, game dev is kind of very different. And they're like, yeah, we had no clue what this was. So that's a problem. Meerkat Swift Race, first big L that I have here. Where's the meerkats? Don't just have purely a text on your logo. I think definitely meerkats are super marked. Like, if you don't know what a meerkat is, meerkat, funny moments. This must be a thing. Yeah, it's so cute. Stokstaartjes in Dutch, indeed. Put this shit on your capsule. Have him stand up straight. Oh god, I'm killing my video encoding performance again. Let's just hide this. Is this another furry thing? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's Timo from Lion King. This is like, look at them. The little cute ass boys, and they climb on you. They're super friendly. Put this somewhere in here. Like, you already have them in game. I don't know what they did, what you did to him, but it was Paul Smirk. But put them on the capsule as well. It's not a furry thing indeed. It's just a cute thing. So first thing, you're using comma instead of a dot. I would generally localize to a dot if you want to do seconds. Commas are usually used in English for going over 10,000. Meerkat on capsule noted indeed. The 3D platforming / racing game, you play as a young meerkat, trying to climb the ranks. Drive the unique force mechanic to perfection to climb the leaderboards, improve your skill in the non-linear race design. Jesus Christ, this is one big sentence. In Afrikaans, they are called meerkat. Now we know. Play as a young meerkat trying to climb the ranks. Improve your skill in the non-linear race designs by finding the fastest ways to reach the finish line. I would rephrase this. And I also would choose only one of the three. Either go for 3D platforming or go for racing. In this game, I would go for racing, drop the 3D platforming. This is a mortal-looking meerkat. Drive the unique force mechanics to perfection. Dot. End sentence. Climb the leaderboards, comma, and prove your skill in the non-linear race designs. Yeah, break up the description. Wow. This is the shortest description I've ever seen. God damn it. Meanwhile, Steam is like, oh, your store page has been denied because you need more text. And it does like so much text already. Add more text. Show GIFs. Show the different racing things and things like that. You're talking in your description about the unique force mechanic, but that would be something that probably would deserve its own section in your store page here. The unique force mechanic to show. So I would do that as well. Show the unique force mechanic. Like master your skills on the hover bike. Grimvarki, a hedgehog. That's a cute name in Dutch. As for visual style, game looks pretty okay. He looks a bit cursed, this one. Probably you're using too much like text, like the blue background, whatever. I feel like, but this feels like such a cop-out thing. I feel like you need more post-processing, a little bit more post-processing to add like depth in the distance, because now it's, especially here, the lighting looks kind of very much flat. Is this like, yeah, this is all the same color and things like that, basically. I think I would make it so the lighting is a bit better. You've got a trailer. Let's take a look. Quickly. Oh, it's miserable. Don't do 3, 2, 1 countdowns. What is this hippie-ass music? Don't do so much text. Don't put your game title in the middle of your trailer. This is a good shot. Okay. You need better sound effects, sound design, and music for this trailer, I would say. The gameplay itself is alright, the sound just doesn't fit the gameplay vibes that I'm looking, like it doesn't fit what I'm looking at. You have like the speed lines as well. Swiss Arts Council. There's no do a call to action. Wishlist now. The movement feels goofy. I think the movement is fine for a Meerkat 3D racing game, but yeah. I'm not the biggest fan. There's too much text in the beginning. I don't like the 1, 2, 3. Don't put the name of your game in like second 20. This is a fine one. Faster tempo, rapid hits, 20-second trail, needs more punch. Yeah, I think you don't have enough to show for a minute. And yeah, call to action. Don't forget that one, Furious Furfur. Is there a way to give players bonuses in games based on their friends' achievements in game? Trying to make it shareable for them. You can validate if someone's friends have the game, I think, but you'd have to look into Steamworks. I don't think you can. It would require them to have like their achievements public and things like that. So I wouldn't probably. I don't think it's easily doable, because not everyone has like their Steam profiles public and things like that. Do you really need a company for your first game? Could you change ownership later to each benefit from delegated liability if the game picks up? I think Steam surprised you to have something, but you can definitely still change it. Like you can start as in months like a one-man business, basically, where you have like the unlimited liability and things like that, and then later on move into more of a safe kind of company structure. You can do all of those things, definitely. Like I think like Factory Town, for example, is like just the dude, basically. It doesn't have a company really. It's just like his name, and then like he is like a personal company or something. I don't know the exact English term for it. You could technically change that to something else if you wanted, like a different kind of company. For this Meerkat game, I would personally use the Spyro remake. Yeah, probably Spyro would be a good one. I'm not a connoisseur of Spyro. I'm too young. Yeah, sole proprietor indeed. So you can definitely change your company, things like that. That's all doable. Just make sure you have access to the source Steam account. And then it's a little bit of like, you have to change like your payment address, you have to change your billing address and invoicing and things like that. But it's doable. It's definitely something you can do. If that's what's going to stop you otherwise from releasing on Steam, then yeah, do it. How are we doing on the Discord? When you post, let's take a look. Just released my game and soundtrack. Looking for feedback based on the store page. Oh no, is it a 2D platformer? No. Sorry, super random. Couldn't help but see Bite Me as a VOF. So that is, we have unlimited liability on the Steam page. Is that something you address in the Patreon? Why? I don't think it's something I address in the Patreon exactly. Maybe I talked about it very briefly in like some main channel videos. Why? Basically because it would be too... We started this as a hobby project at the end of the day. It was just 4 friends and there was a pretty high extra cost related to starting a BV, like an actual like limited liability company. And we're like, yeah, this is not gonna be worth it. And we're like, sure, we're like, fuck it, we take the extra risk because it's not like we have giant amounts of stock and that like we live in the US where everyone tries to sue us. So we're like, okay, all 4 of us were fine with taking that risk of, okay, yeah, limitless liability, I guess, unlimited liability. And that's what we're sticking at for now. The moment we start doing more, well, dangerous things, so to say, and get bigger, that was one of the things where we all started kind of like, hey, can we switch at a later point if we want from VOF to BV? So get that limited liability. It's doable. It just costs, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 euros, they said, and would ideally be timed with closing of a fiscal year, but it's something doable. So that's probably something that by like next year we want to do. Hona Lady says, whoa. I guess that's the thing that we say, oh, unlimited liability. A lot of people immediately get scared of it. You have the same if you have a sole proprietorship as well. It's just it's very hard to sue us. Oh, that's a lot of money. Yeah. And the thing is, starting our VOF was also, I think we paid in total about 1,800 euros for it. A BV would come down to 3,000, 4,000 euros. And we were just like, yeah, no. We didn't know back then how it was going to go. Is it annoying? Because it's like harder now for us to get like venture capital or angel investor or whatever. Absolutely. But it's also something that we have discussed that, like VC funding and not VC funding, angel investing and things like that. And we just don't want to do it. It's gone wrong 3 times now or something at this point. And the problem there was just, yeah, the people reaching out to begin with weren't nice. And it's like, yeah, then it's fine. So it's something that, yeah, if we were really like, oh, we want to go for a venture capital investment round or whatever, yeah, we would have to switch to some other form of company. But for now, VOF works for us. So that's what we went for. How important do you think some stories for non-story games? Should a tower defense have a minimum amount of story, or is it still time waste? Have a minimum amount just to have a reason for why am I playing the game. Even if it's just as simple as, oh, save the princess or whatever at the end of the day. Like Mario, okay, Mario is maybe a bad example because the later ones do have story. The story is there. It's like, you know, John Carmack has a great quote on this. The story in a game is like story in a porn movie. It's expected to be there, but it's not that important. Beautiful quote from my favorite game dev. Always have something, but don't go too deep into it. Yeah, in the US, it's much easier to start a company. It used to be even more expensive in Belgium if you wanted to start the limited liability ones, the BFAs, where you need to have 18,000 euros, like more than 18,000 euros, which is a lot. We were gonna look at a store page. God damn it, I've lost it. Ember Drift? Oh, the game is out already. Just released my game and soundtrack. Okay, yeah. Oh, no user reviews. Is that like a just released like 1 minute ago? Or... Okay, most sprites were created by Midjourney AI and edited, rigged, and animated by hand. Voice acting was performed by a real voice actor. Okay. Would it be wise to spin up an LLC in Wyoming? No, not for us. Because we would get destroyed by Belgian regulation still. Is what it comes down to. A roguelike platform focused on speed, flow, and over-the-top upgrades. Rush, dash, grind, shoot, and blast rate. It sounds pretty good. Capsule looks pretty interesting as well. I would maybe make the text a bit bigger. Center-wise, stretch it out a bit, move this a little bit to the top or whatever. But nothing critical here. Why the hell is your trailer 3 minutes and 31 seconds long? God damn it. Make a 45-second trailer, please. Don't use this. Is like is this like iMovie or something? I recognize this. It's like some text default editing style. Music choice is pretty good. Game looks, honestly, this looks like one of the better 2D platformers I've seen from our audience. But it's just so goddamn long, my dude, the trailer. Why is it so long? Out now on Steam is fine. Screenshots look good as well. Yeah, you can tell, like, because you do mention, like, it's an AI game. But this is probably one of the non-sloppy AI games. Like, there's actual artistic direction still with this. And it's not just sprites. Yeah. Like, randomly generated sprites just thrown in there. Like, yeah, sure, if you look at it closer, you can notice it. But it's not first, like, a sight offensively bad, unlike some other games that I've seen, definitely. Like here, the styling of the frames and things like that is also very solid still. Soundtracks are a hard thing sometimes to sell. I'm not sure how good that one will go. I would probably add some GIFs in your description as well. And then the painful question, of course, is how many wishlists did you launch? So why do I go to X? I didn't want to go to X. I want to go to Gamealytic. Amber Drift. I feel like the name is kinda, yeah, 648. The most important thing to do now, Vivideska, is to, if you want to have a game made that's not a 2D platformer. Oh boy. The most important thing now, let's give you guys another big thing. You see this little download demo button here? Nobody sees this. Whereas, with other games, what you often see is, I go to Forge Industry, for example. This is a recognizable thing. Download Forge Industry demo. This one, nobody ever sees this. And I do not know why Steam even has this as an option. I'm going to give all of you guys who have a demo a very important thing to check right now. So follow along if you want to do this. You go to your game, your app, whatever thing. And then you go to Edit Store page. And then here you go to Special Settings. And here there's a tab called Associated Demos. And there's a checkbox here, Display Demo Download button as more prominent green box above the list of purchase options. In the case of Ember Drift, this is unchecked. Check the box and publish your Steam page again. Or like, go through the save and then publish. Do that. It is so important because nobody sees this. This is so forgettable. Versus your big ass green download demo. Like, people will look at this and they will not know that there's a demo basically. Because look, it's below the fold. Because normally you would have a giant download demo button here as well. So do that. Oh, I've seen this with multiple devs as well. Or like you join the Steam Next Fest and your demo is just so invisible. It's a dumb checkbox. Steam should have it enabled by default if it were up to me. But go that, click it. It's very important, honestly. So yeah. Do that. dear dev, please. Otherwise, yeah, add some GIFs, I guess, here down below. Like, at least just one or two. To have something, like, in between the listicle, or like the list here, and then maybe at the bottom of the list as well. And that's it. Make your demo thing bigger. Or like, do the thing I just explained to click on the demo thing. And yeah, I think apart from that, find 10 friends if you have them and hold them at gunpoint and be like, review the game right now. Give them the money, worst case. It's going to pay it off. Like, even if you have to pay like all of your friends 12 euros 57, like to 10 friends, you're going to make that back in going out of that sandbox of the 10 review limit, where games below 10 reviews get no visibility, basically no discoverability. You're limiting yourself to that. Go and don't gift them the game. If you gift them the game on Steam, it doesn't count their reviews. You have to actually be like, hey, you buy this game right now and I'll give you the money or whatever. And do that. But get to those 10 reviews no matter what. If that means holding people at gunpoint, hold people at gunpoint. That's part of game dev at the end of the day. Because you have a game that looks good enough, at least, especially even though it's AI slop for some people. I think here, this is one of the first times it doesn't really matter that much. Ooh, I don't know if this is still real. I would change your font in-game. If this is like the Unity TextMesh Pro font, I feel it kind of looks meh. The rest of the game looks really solid, really stylized, and not really that bad. So getting to those 10 reviews is important as well. Hold people, yeah. Put that on a sign, sell it if you all care about. Hold people at gunpoint, yeah. Hold people at gunpoint to review. Any strategy on time releases, like account for Steam Next Fest? Participate in the Steam Next Fest if you can. It's generally worth it to delay your release by like a month or something. Like, even though the game may be done already, if that means you can still pick up on the Steam Next Fest. There's generally never a negative, and then just release like a week or two after Next Fest. I would do that. Don't release in sales. That's another big one. But apart from that, you can release anytime, basically. Exact day of the week doesn't really matter usually. Like, ideally, like if you're releasing on a Monday, it works better if you have a lot of wishlists, if we're talking about 10,000 plus wishlists, because then you have a higher chance of being in the popular upcoming for the entire weekend. If you're releasing on a Friday and you get lucky and you have a lot of sales like, immediately on launch, then you can stay into new and trending for the entire weekend afterwards, basically. Otherwise, just release any day of the week. Stay out of the big sales or like big events, because then store pages get redesigned if it's, for example, a summer sale, and it's very much harder to find new games that are being released. So I think, yeah, if it's your first games, just don't release in a sale and it's fine. And then, yeah, participate at least in Next Fest. Like now as well, like, oh, there's a Steam Scream Fest, but not the entire store page has been changed. April and May are usually good months. Anything that's not January, generally. January is the worst month to release games. But even then, it's a very low thing. I wouldn't don't be like, oh, it's June, I can't release my game now because it's June. That's not generally how it works. Like, don't worry about that too much. So yeah. And I think with that, I'm gonna start wrapping things up, unless people have some last minute questions that they're burning to ask. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna get started on my day here. Any tips on the best bait and switch techniques? You know, like Grumps? I don't know what you mean, but yeah, whatever. Thank you everyone very much for tuning in. It was nice chatting up with you guys. Hope I taught you some more stuff. Started on your day? Yeah, it's 7 a.m. right now, 7:18 a.m. So my grind begins. Your poggers, thanks Marnix, thanks as well, Super Holico. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Actually,